To survive an encounter with a crocodile or alligator if it merely bites you at first and lets go, this is probably a defensive attack. Do not wait or try to attack it. Just run away quickly as you can. If the animal seizes hold of you, however, it will likely to drag you into the water. Step 1. Learn where crocodilians live and stay away. The only sure way to survive an encounter with a crocodile or an alligator is to never meet one in the first place. Crocodilians live in tropical regions of Africa, Asia, the Americas and Australia, and depending on the species, can live in both fresh and salt water. If you live in or visit a tropical region, ask local residents and authorities about the presence of crocodiles, alligators, or caiman before approaching any bodies of water. Take warning signs about the presence of crocodiles seriously. Never go swimming outside of designated areas in regions where crocodiles are known to live. If a potential swimming area is unmarked, do not assume it is safe. Interestingly, almost 95% of recent crocodile attacks in northern Australia have involved locals. Don't let your familiarity with crocodilians lead you into a false sense of security around them. Step 2. Use extreme caution around water where crocodilians live. Over 90% of crocodile attacks occur in or near the water, and you must use extreme care to avoid them. Crocodilians usually live in and around slow-moving water with a lot of modern vegetation, and can most often be found in swamps and marshes. They can also inhabit lakes, ponds, rivers, estuaries, man-made canals and the occasional swimming pool. Saltwater crocodiles can also be found on ocean beaches, and even traversing the open sea. Swimming in water where crocodilians live is an obvious danger, but crocs also attack people who are fishing, gathering water, or wading at the water's edge. Crocodiles, in particular, are also known to attack and even overturn boats, and will also grab people off of boats and drag them into the water. Step 3. Know when crocs are at their most dangerous. Crocodilians can attack at any time, but are most active and most dangerous at dusk and at night. Try to be well away from the water before nightfall, but still remember to stay alert during the day. If you are on or near infested water after dark, use a flashlight or headlamp to check the area frequently for eye shine. Step 4. Use extra caution during breeding season. Alligators and crocodiles are at their most dangerous during mating and breeding season when they are more aggressive. These animals are also more frequently encountered on land during this period, as they wander sometimes in search of a mate or suitable nesting site. Nesting mothers are especially ferocious and will defend their nests viciously. The breeding season of crocodilians differs by species and location. If you live in an area where they live, familiarise yourself within the habits of the native population, and be especially on guard during breeding season. Breeding season for freshwater crocodiles in Australia typically begins in July and August, with nesting season extending from September to April. Florida's alligator population usually beginning in May, with breeding and nesting season lasting for several months. During breeding season, remember to use caution both on and around infested waters, and when walking through grass or vegetation near the water. Step 5. Remain constantly aware of your surroundings. If you must be on or near water where crocodilians live, remain vigilant at all times. Remember that crocodilians are experts at hiding, and even a giant croc might show nothing more than its nostrils above the surface of the water. Be especially wary around muddy or murky water, and where vegetation is present. It's safest to assume that even if you can't see the crocodilians, they are still there. Keep your distance from the water when walking on the shore, and avoid patches of vegetation where these animals can hide. An alligator that feels threatened may hiss at you. If you hear a hissing alligator, try to determine where the sound is coming from, and leave in the opposite direction as quietly and quickly as you can. Step 6. Do not walk your dog near alligator or crocodile habitats. Crocodilians are attracted to the sound and movement of small animals, and American alligators are reportedly quite fond of eating dogs. If you do walk your dog near the water, keep it on a leash and be on guard for any movement on or near the water. Step 7. Do not allow small children to play near the water's edge, or remain unattended in crocodilian country. Crocodilians prefer smaller or medium-sized prey, and unfortunately, attacks on children are quite common. Step 8. Do not feed alligators or crocodiles. Feeding these animals teaches them to lose their natural awareness around people and to associate people with food. Never feed them intentionally, and be careful not to feed them accidentally by throwing fish scrap or other edible refuse into the water. Only feeding on animals is not okay. Remember that a 2-foot-long alligator will eventually grow up to be a 10-foot-long alligator that might still expect humans to feed it. This is dangerous for both the animal and any humans it might need. Final step. When camping in crocodile or alligator country, be sure to set up your camp far away from the water. You should pitch your tent at least 2 meters, 6 feet, above the high water mark, and at least 50 meters, 164 feet, from the water's edge. Check the area to make sure that previous campers have not left out food and garbage that may attract crocodilians to your location, and clean up any that you find. Store food securely, and dispose of all food scraps and garbage and insecure cans away from your campsite. For more ways to survive an encounter with the crocodile or alligator, read on.